Here on Cinco de Mayo almost as their return from the Pima County Fair break. On row number 1 on the outside, we got the 26 of Cameron Lopez in the Proline Pest Control car. Down low in the Abacus Plumbing Hornet. In the 211 is last year's Rookie of the Year, Paul Brown. In row number 2, we got the 51 of Lexi Campbell. Driver continuing to pick up experience. She's had some podium finishes, and then she's had some races where she's been a little off the pace, but a driver that you never quite know what you're going to get, but is always exciting to watch out there and is a super clean competitor and is able to take on some pretty tough side-by-side action and hold a steady wheel. See that 11 car making its way back through. That's Brian Love making his way over from the hobby stock. He'll be joining Lexi Campbell up on row 2 to start tonight's main event. Starting back on row number 3, down low in the number 2 car, we got John Hall. Saw his daughter just win the hobby stock race with his wife on spotting duties. Now we'll see what John can do out there driving the number 2 Hornet. Why he wasn't able to spot for Jen tonight, running right after their main event. On his outside in the 12C is your point leader for the W.W. Williams Hornets. And looking to keep it perfect on the season in this main event here tonight, Chad Hornish. He's had a rocket ship so far this season and just looking to stay consistent. Rounding out the field in the number 80 is Tony Helm. Past mini stock driver and past Hornet driver making his return to the Hornets this season, but he's got that Viking scheme locked on and one to go already given. Pace truck drops down and we're ready to go racing in 3 and 4. We'll stay side by side for the lead down the front straightaway, but it's Paul Brown jetting down into 1 and 2 and getting the lead early on for our Hornet main event. And here comes Chad Hornish. Look at that black and yellow Bumblebee roll. It's buzzing into turn 3 and 4. Gonna keep that nose down low, gets it to rotate well. Side-by-side action out of the corner as John Hall loose. Almost some more door-to-door action. Saw that a little bit ago in the heat race. Chad Hornish able to roll through all the way up to second now. Paul Brown still leading us on. All sorts of Hornets storming through 3 and 4. Pick a line, any line, and you'll find Hornets running on it right now. Brian Love looking down low on John Hall. That's the battle for 4th, and here comes Chad Hornish down low for the lead. Paul Brown's going to take the middle of the track, not allow him a lot of space to come up off the bottom of the corner there, but Hornish going to get that thing turned around hard in 1 and 2 and has the nose out front down the back straightaway. Now looking to make his move through 3 and 4. Paul Brown still hanging on the outside, looking for his first win of the year. And trying to unseat the 12C of Hornish. He's holding on right now on the outside, gets a hard turn into the corner, and will stay side by side for the lead. Brown's going to drive it deep on the top side of 3 and 4, looking to keep momentum up top, but he's carrying up near the wall. Might have had to get down to the throttle. Coming down the straightaway as Chad Hornish gets himself clear up front for the lead here in the W.W. Williams Hornet main event on W.W. Williams Night at the Racetrack. Brown holding second, and Cameron Lopez doing a good job right now holding on to 3rd, looking for her first career podium in the Hornets. It looks like she's been putting some work in at Ignition Sim Racing during the off weeks. One of her sponsors on board in town, Sim Racing Shop. But that battle for 4th hasn't really cooled down. Brian Love back looking to the inside on John Hall. And John Hall going to fend him off here down the back straightaway once again. And while Chad Hornish is leading us on right now, No one right off Paul Brown yet. He's hanging right in there in this battle for the lead. Just a couple of car lengths back. Hasn't allowed Hornish to build up the advantage after he got out front. He's battling hard for this race victory here. But Hornish just a little bit faster on track as they currently run. Now Brian Love's going to look around the outside on John Hall. Saw him look down low, now looking up top, and John Hall's not letting him have it there either. They're starting to gain on the 26 car of Cameron Lopez, who's still holding strong in third. We might have a three-way battle for the podium coming down to it here. 11 laps in, inside of 5 laps to go. 4 laps remaining that time by for Chad Hornish. Ooh, a little bit of contact that time in 1 and 2 in that battle for 4th. That got Brian Love way up out of the groove and possibly into the outside wall. He's got it gathered back up here on the back straightaway. But definitely some rough racing that time going into 1 and 2 between the teammates in the 2 and 11 cars. And their other teammate in the 211s running all alone up in second right now. Cameron Lopez looking to hold on for her first career podium. Just a couple of laps to go. And here comes Brian Love back around the outside on John Hall. Oh, and John Hall's going to run him up the track again here. Some tough racing between the teammates. White flag in the air for Chad Hornish and Paul Brown and Tony Helm, who's currently running back in 7th and just went a lap down. Cameron Lopez still holding on to 3rd, but we got all sorts of contact in the battle for 4th, yeah. John Hall leaning on Brian Love there, not able to get it, and he's falling back now as Chad Hornish comes across with a race victory. Paul Brown 2nd, Cameron Lopez in 3rd, Brian Love 4th. Lexi Campbell able to sneak out the top 5 there is